How's it going, beekeepers? We are talking today about marked queens. Is it worth getting a marked queen? Now, if you don't know what a marked queen is, it's a queen that literally has a dot painted on her thorax, right? So the middle part of her body, so head, thorax, and abdomen. There's a little dot that's painted on her on her thorax. The colors are coded according to the year. That's becoming more standardized. Last year, I did not have marked queens because where I bought my packages from, they didn't offer marked queens. The place I got my bees from this year, that's the only thing they did was offer marked queens. So you had to get them. So same price. So I decided to go with marked queens basically because that was my only option this year. Turns out that for me, a marked queen is pretty awesome. As a newer beekeeper, you can find the queen instantly. There's some controversy with marked queens because instead of learning to look for the queen, you're looking for the dot. And there's certain queen, I guess, behaviors to look for. Of course, the queen looks drastically different. It's the longest bee. There's only one of her, hopefully, so she looks different than a drone. There's ways to look for the queen, but I'm not going to talk about that right now because we're talking about a marked queen. For a newer beekeeper, or even if you have a lot of hives, if you have 10 or so hives, being able to see that marked queen pretty quickly is awesome because that means you have a shorter inspection time and you are disturbing your bees less and less. Another benefit of a marked queen is that if something happens to her, if she dies or she's superseded, you know that you don't have a queen, and then you recognize that problem quicker. So let's go ahead and get into the hive. So what do I need for my inspection? I need a hive tool. Ding! I like to use a frame gripper as well, especially when the bees have a lot of propolis. So I have my hive tool and my frame gripper, really easy to use. So I got that to start. I got my smoker. I'm about to start this baby up. A smoker is very important to calm your bees down. Bing! And I got my veil. At the very least, I always wear a veil, long pants and long sleeves. Wear what you are comfortable with. Some people will go out inspecting bees in shorts. That's great if that's what they want to do. I don't like to do that. I don't like getting stung. I also have the Ultimate Beekeeper's Logbook. I know I wrote it, and self-promotion, big deal. I'm pretty proud of this book. When I started beekeeping, I didn't really know what I was doing during my inspection, so I started doing research, figured out what I need to look for in my inspection. There's lots of cool stuff in here, including inspection data. There's room for 120 inspections. There's a flower blooming chart. It tells you some common parasites, how to find the queen, what to do when you can't find the queen. There's recipes in here. There's lots of cool stuff in here, but I made a video about this earlier if you want to check this book out on Amazon. But let's go ahead and break into the hive. So this is a good sign. It's hard to see it, but there's uncapped larvae. So that tells me that my queen has been active at least 9 days ago. I also see some cap brood. Looks like there's a queen cell started. I don't expect to see her in this top. I switched my boxes here because she was laying more in the top. I'm assuming she's going to be in that bottom medium super, but this is a good sign. It's hard to see on film, but there is uncapped larva in there, which tells me she was active about 9 days ago. There she is, the marked queen. That's why it's nice to have a marked queen, because she's easy to find. If you don't find her, you know there's a problem. At first I thought I couldn't find her, and luckily there she is. So if you notice, she's quite a bit bigger than some of the other bees. She has a longer abdomen. Her wings appear to be shorter because her abdomen is longer. And I don't know if you can tell, but her legs are more splayed outward. So this is why a marked queen is a nice thing to have. Wow, that wind was pretty bad when I was looking at the queen, so sorry about that. So a marked queen, I think, is a good thing for a newer beekeeper to have. It helps you get a little confidence, and it helps you recognize what the queen actually looks like. You got to keep in mind, a healthy beehive in the middle of the summer may have 60,000 bees in it, and you're just looking for one queen. Eventually, of course, you need to learn the skills on how to recognize the queen as far as her movement, her, I guess, behavior, her egg laying. My other hive actually lost a queen, so I'm going to have to re-queen. So I probably will do a queen video on that soon. So again, it's up to you if you want a marked queen or not, but I think if you can get one, especially for a newer beekeeper, it's really helpful. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.